Come in.
Oh my gosh.
This is so boring. I hate this ride. It's so long.
Stop complaining.
God.
Hey, why is the sky blue?
Because it's blue.
Why is it green?
It reflects off the ocean.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Stop asking questions. Stop asking questions.
Really? Hey, wait, what about those cows? Why are they there?
Why?
Why are the sheep over there?
Why?
Hey, why is that guy
gosh.
moving the sheep?
There yet?
Stop singing. Or stop talking.
On
Stop
the road
talking.
to Julian, Julian, Julian.
Oh,
On the road
gosh.
to Julian,
Stop
Julian,
singing.
here he comes.
Will you
On the
stop?
road to Julian, Julian.
Come here, listen to a
On the
story.
road to Julian, Julian.
Can we
here he
listen to a
comes.
story, guys?
Story. You're
Yes,
not
a
good at
story.
telling stories.
I'm excellent at telling stories.
Only, okay, if we listen, it has to be good.
It will be good. All my stories are good, I promise. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so once upon a time, there was this little girl named Lila, and she was such a little good girl, and she was so wonderful, and she made friends with every person she met, and no one hated her. And one day, she ran into this angry bull, and all these people came and helped her get away from the bull, and they all admired her amazing moral characteristics, and she was just amazing, and they lived happily ever after.
That was the stupidest story I've ever heard in my life.
Way to just waste my life.
Yeah, you just wasted like 5 minutes of our life. Really? That was so stupid.
Well, you know what? It's hard to tell stories, okay? It really is. Especially to you two, or three.
You obviously aren't good at telling stories.
Well, try telling stories to children who don't appreciate it.
We appreciate a good story.
Yeah.
I don't agree with you.
Well, why don't you try telling them a story?
Perhaps I will. Once upon a time.
Was she pretty?
Not as pretty as any of you, but she was horribly good. Anyways,
Were there any sheep in the park?
not any sheep.
Why were there any sheep?
Because the prince's mother once had a dream. There were no sheep in the park. Because the prince's mother once had a dream that her son would either be killed by a sheep or else by a clock falling on him. For that reason, the prince never kept a sheep in his park or a clock in his palace.
No! Don't eat my son! No! Don't fall on my son!
Was the prince killed by a sheep or a clock?
He is still alive, so we can't tell whether the dream will come true. Anyway, there were no sheep in the park, but there were lots of little pigs running all over.
What color were they?
Black with white faces, white with black spots, black all over, gray with white patches, and some were white all over.
Wow.
Bertha was rather sorry to find that there were no flowers in the park. She had promised her aunt that the tears in her eyes that she would not pick any of the kind prince's flowers. And she had meant to keep her promise, so of course it made her feel silly to find that there were no flowers to pick.
Why weren't there any flowers?
Because the pigs had eaten them all. The gardeners had told the prince that you couldn't have pigs and flowers, so he decided to have pigs and no flowers.
Wow.
There were lots of other delightful things in the park. There were ponds with gold and blue and green fish in them, and trees with beautiful parrots that said clever things at a moment's notice, and hummingbirds that hummed all the popular tunes of the day. Bertha walked up and down and enjoyed herself immensely, and thought to herself, if I were not so extraordinarily good, I should not have been allowed to come into this beautiful park and enjoy all that there is to be seen in it. And her three medals clinked against one another as she walked and helped her to remind her how very good she really was. Just then an enormous wolf came prowling into the park to see if it could catch a fat little pig for its supper.
What color was it?
Mud color all over, with a black tongue and pale gray eyes that gleamed with unspeakable ferocity. The first thing that it saw in the park was Bertha. Her pinafore was so spotlessly white and clean that it could be seen from a great distance. But Bertha saw that the wolf and saw that it was stealing towards her, and she began to wish that she had never been allowed to come into the park. She ran as hard as she could, and the wolf came after her with a huge leaps and bounds. She managed to reach a shrubbery of myrtle bushes, and she hid herself in one of the thickest of the bushes. The wolf came sniffing among the branches, its black tongue lolling out of its mouth, and its pale gray eyes glaring with rage. Bertha was terribly frightened, and thought to herself, if I had not been so extraordinarily good, I should have been safe in the town at this moment. However, the scent of the myrtle was so strong that the wolf could not sniff out where Bertha was hiding, and the bushes were so thick that he might have hunted about in them for a long time without catching sight of her. So he thought he might as well go off and catch a little pig instead. Bertha was trembling very much at having the wolf prowling so near her. As she trembled, the phone rang, and the wolf was just moving away when he heard the sound of the phone ringing, and stopped to listen. They rang again and again, and they were really close to him. He dashed into the bush, his pale gray eyes gleaming with ferocity and triumph, and dragged Bertha out and devoured her to the last morsel. All that was left of her was her shoes, bits of clothing, and her cell phone.
Jump!
See if the little pigs killed?
No, they all escaped.
The story began badly, but it had a beautiful ending.
It was the most beautiful story I've ever heard.
It is the only beautiful story I have ever heard.
It is not a beautiful story. It's the most improper story there's ever been. You just ruined their minds.
At any rate, I kept them for 10 minutes, which was more than you were able to do. Oh, here's your stop.
Thank you. That was the most beautiful
Thank you.
story ever.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. Unhappy woman. For the next 6 months or so, those children will assail her in public with demands for an improper story. Ah.
Busted. fellas. Try to do what those ladies tell us. Get shot down cause you're overzealous. Play hard to get females get jealous.
You're in the process of stealing Tina's film or video.
Tina.
Shh, shh.
What?
Make it look like we're kidnapping. Or she'll get in trouble.
What are we doing right now?
What?
What?
Kidnapping Tina.
What are we doing?
Oh my god, Aunt Nichols just got killed.
This is gonna be a part of the blooper, just saying.
Yeah, it'll add to our, what is it, 45 minutes?
Okay, so right now, we're trying to kidnap Tina. And she's not walking the mile, but we'll find her. We need to duck down more.
Shh, shh, duck down, lay down. Pederson's gonna walk. Shh. Keep your head down.
Wait, what did I just say?
I don't know.
Did I say?
Okay, that big open gate, the one that's closest to the baseball field. Okay, we're right down on the hill. Bye. She's gonna come.
Yes.
Tina's on her way.
You should have told her to go to the other one and then we could jump out and surprise her, kidnap her. Where is he?
I don't know.
He's all the way over there.
Okay. Oh, look at this grass. It's so pretty.
I don't see him.
Look at the little purple flowers. Beautiful. You know, I wish I was an ant. You know?
What? What or what?
He's not all the way over there. What's the little
Foxtails.
Where is he at? Really?
No.
Guys, what if we
look
were
like
ants?
That's weird.
Vicky,
Foxtail
imagine if we were ants. We'd be so tiny.
or a
Dude, we'd be scared of
pregnant
anything.
belly.
The whole world
Dude,
would
this would
be
be
so...
our world.
I know, look at...
We'd be crawling on this shit.
We'd be like little
It'd take us like a day
ants.
and a half to get up this hill.
Imagine.
Or like 5 inches. Look, there's a flower.
Oh,
Go, keep your head down.
who's there?
Throw a rock at it.
What the?
Tina, shut up. Come on, drop down. Hurry, go. Go. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. We're stealing you. Get down, get down. Go, go, go. Drop. Duck and cover. Duck and cover. Shh, go.
Put a wall around her.
We'll just do this part later, because, like, we don't have the script or anything anyways.
Why don't we finish it? Let's just finish
Well,
this
how
part.
are we supposed to know what we're supposed to say?
That's fucked up. Are you good? I'm good. That guy's always trying to get the person.
I like how Brandon doesn't say anything, he just laughed the whole time.
I don't know what to say. I just kicked her in the arm. Pretend you're gonna kick Emily. She's gonna pretend like she gets hit.
Oh, so pretend this time.
All right, got it.
Ow! Hit me.
Huh?
You did hit me though.
I know. You put your hand in the way.
You're really bad.
Well,
I could never hire you as a stuntman.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm gonna fake jump out of this car as it blows up in the air.
Like,
No, she put her hand in the way. And that was because.
Pedro, try it.
come on, Pedro.
Dance. Do the sexy dance.
Pedro, Pedro, do what I did and kick me in the nuts.
shot of him like squatting. Yeah, but it was like right there. He was gonna be like you squatting.
I'm just.
Chris Angel mind freak.
I just walked.
No, you gotta go down first. Oh no, you go down first. Are you recording that? Stop.